Okay, what's up, folks? Rich Van Tassel back with you. We got some flash news alerts now. I saw this while I was doing the game picks. I wanted to get all that finished, but we got some NBA news for you. And surprisingly, the NBA season will be right around the corner, so it's not like we can't get into it. The New York Knicks have finally been able to trade Carmelo Anthony. They sent him to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now they got Enes Kanter and Doug McDermott back in the deal. This is a tricky one as far as who did better in the deal. I would still say the Thunder, just for the fact that the Knicks didn't get a draft pick, would really be the only difference is what I'm seeing in this situation. Of course, when the Thunder traded for Paul George, they didn't really give up much in the way of draft picks. They only gave up Domantas Sabonis and Victor Oladipo. Doug McDermott, Enes Kanter is a solid center, a guy I like, still relatively young. Doug McDermott, I feel, is a guy on the rise, as well as only been in the league for 2 seasons. He's going to be 27 at the start of the year and play essentially the entire season at 27, because I don't think the Knicks are going to the finals, even after pulling off this trade. They finally got rid of Carmelo Anthony, if you want to say that's a win in that regard. Of course, I'm just looking at it from the aspect of player for player. Clearly, they wanted to get rid of Carmelo Anthony, who will now join Paul George and Russell Westbrook. So clearly the Oklahoma City Thunder trying to keep Russell Westbrook there. We'll see if there's any movement on that in the future. I would expect, even at 33, when you acquire Carmelo Anthony, you still probably got at least 2 seasons, and you did just acquire Paul George, who also has to re-sign. So we got to keep an eye on those things as well. Kanter is another guy who's only 25 years old. So they got 2 young, good professional players. So I feel the Knicks did as well as you could expect as far as getting something back. Now, clearly, like as we said, they just wanted to get rid of Carmelo Anthony, and many will look at that as being the win. And I would agree. I'm saying that once you get rid of them, you're looking at what players you get back in return. It would have been nice to see them get a draft pick, but all in all, you've got to be pleased if you're a New York Knicks fan with what you got back. You have pieces you can use to build a team here. You got to see what happens when Ntilikina comes back with his injury. Clearly, you have Kristaps Porzingis, but now you have at least a plan of what's going on. So, all in all, I give the Knicks credit for being able to pull off this trade. As for the Oklahoma City Thunder, where will this put them? It puts them right with Houston. I feel that San Antonio is going to slip just a little bit, but you're looking at them and Houston as the teams who were behind the Golden State Warriors. This could be a championship contending team if there wasn't the Warriors in the league. It's hard to really judge where these teams are that are acquiring these players, like the Houston Rockets as well, getting Chris Paul, because they're simply not good enough to beat such a absurdly dominant team like the Golden State Warriors that we've seen. So where will this get them? I don't know. I don't see them getting out of the West with it, but it's certainly a decent move for them, and they're going to look to continue to keep Russell Westbrook and Paul George in town as well. Alright, so be sure to stay tuned tomorrow for the recaps of these game picks in the NFL. Of course, the NBA, since we're talking about it, will be right around the corner, so keep an eye on that as well, and we will be back with you tomorrow. Thanks so much, and remember, we appreciate all subscriptions.